right. Arty Peg, all right?
Alright, what's up, everybody? It's the Arty 84 show live here in Revere, Massachusetts.
Hola.
On this very fine Wednesday, the 8th of August, if you will.
It's gross out.
Episode 65. It's muggy. It's been over 90 for the last week.
Yeah, it's draining.
Nice and hot. And I am back. We weren't here last week. Last week at this time, I was sitting in a seedy bar in Hartford, Connecticut, right? Outside of Hartford. Did you ever been to the Hartford airport?
I've actually never been to that airport.
That airport is not really near Hartford. It's actually closer to Springfield.
Huh.
The way it's located, it's like in the middle between the two. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around there.
Yeah.
The reason I was out there was because I was at the NFL Hall of Fame last weekend. I was flying out on Thursday morning, so I was staying at the hotel Wednesday night with Doubleback's brother, Singleback, we'll call him.
Not Humpback.
Humpback is better. We'll call him Humpback.
Humpback.
Doubleback's brother, Humpback, the meat salesman.
Yes.
And, yeah, it was a interesting time. I guess we could start with that story, how that went.
Yeah.
Since it was nothing, catch up on some stuff. Huh?
Yeah, we got
a lot to catch up here. Susie J's not here right now. She's still at work. She'll be coming in and joining us in a little bit. We do have the dogs. We have Nola. Tommy's on the floor. You can't see him.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So last Thursday, I flew out, but I drove down. After work, I drove down to Hartford.
Mm.
And we stayed at the hotel because we were flying out approximately like 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, the airport's very easy to get in and out of in Hartford. It's like the size of one terminal. The whole entire airport's one terminal of Boston, say.
Oh, that's very easy.
So there's like 20 gates, and that's it.
Yeah.
So once you get through security, you're good to go and all that stuff. So that's what we did. So I get down there at 9 o'clock. So Humpback is fucking passed out from working all day, right? So I get to the hotel room. First of all, this is how people might have thought me and him were a couple.
Mm.
So he tells the lady at the front desk, he texts me, he's like, I'm falling asleep. I left a key for you on the front desk. The lady, I said, my friend was coming. I go, okay, so that's your first problem, that your friend is coming. Okay. So I get to the hotel, and I have Susie J's very feminine suitcase, that lime green one right there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. So I roll my bag up to the front desk, and I go, hi, my friend said he left this for his friend. My name's Arty Damadia.
Yeah, you'd have to be a top.
And she looks at me, and she goes, oh, yes, here you go, and slides it over. And I go, yes, thank you. So now I roll into the room. He's passed out at this point. It's like 9:15-ish or so at this point by the time I got down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to stick around the room. So I got a 6-pack of beer. I left them, but they were cold, but I'm like, I didn't have a fridge in the room. I can't take them with me, so I just left them in my van. So I had a beer. So I walked back there. So I go, fuck it, I'm going to go find somewhere to eat or somewhere to drink, a bar at some sort. There's got to be something around, you know what I mean? So I Googled it. On the stretch of street, there's like 7 hotels and one bar. Or one hotel has a bar that's open late. And late means midnight. So I'm like, all right. So I walk down the block over there while I'm drinking a beer. I'm like, I'll have a beer while I walk. And then I get to the bar and everything. And when I tell you a sausage fest, there had to be, this area must be an area where construction workers and people who have to stay in the hotels for work have to stay. Yeah. Because they're all like people in that industrial type and rough around the edges people, right?
Yeah. Working class, though.
Yeah, working class guys, talking about titty bars and hitting on the waitress, smacking her ass and stuff like this,
Nice.
It was awesome. My type of place,
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden this one broad walks in. And when she walked in, it was like the record stopped. Like, all the guys were like, oh, hey, whatever. So she sits at the end of the bar. So I'm sitting in the middle of the bar. And I'm just having a few beers, catching up on some emails. I got an early flight the next morning. I can't stay out late. And she must have been friends with the bartender. And this girl was just talking the guy next to me's ear off.
Yeah.
And this
was
guy
he
was
interested?
No,
not
at all. Because it got to the point where he was interested, and then they realized he wasn't going to be able to fuck her. You know that threshold where you talk to a girl?
Yeah.
You realize the only reason you're talking to her is so you can have sex with her.
And it's not going to work.
And it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys can't grasp that.
Yeah.
I think 50% of guys can't grasp the fact that they too much wishful thinking. I
Yeah,
think
when
it
it's
is.
up. Just,
Yeah.
you quit when you're ahead, you know.
You have
and,
to quit. You got to just bail. Because
At
otherwise,
that point, you either bail or, you know what, you just realize maybe nothing's going to go right the rest of the night, so you just listen to their bullshit.
exactly. Otherwise, you'd be spending your entire night there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Dealing with this broad who, is not going to have sex with you, and not even touch your ding dong. Not even,
No,
not even give you a hug.
No, you're going to go home and use your tears as lube.
So this basically, this guy was at that point, but he couldn't get a break in the conversation to leave. He was in the awkward spot where he couldn't just bail out. You know what I mean? Which is it's a terrible spot to be in at that point. So he, what the hell is that? Thanks for the update. You guys still doing the show? What the hell is that? Did you read that text message from Eric Powers?
No.
I don't know what the hell you're saying. So, needless to say, this guy leaves, and then she starts making a beeline to me. And I'm like, last call is about to happen. So I grabbed the beer, chugged it, and went back to my hotel room. I'm like, I am not going to be stuck in this fucking situation. Because I got to, whatever. So I leave, get up early. We get up early, we fly to Canton. And I'm like, I'm exhausted because I had a long day ahead the night before. I have a long day ahead of me this day. So we get in there like 8 o'clock in the morning. We have to fly twice.
Yeah.
We have to go from Hartford to Detroit, and then Detroit to Canton. Now, there's only 2 cities that fly into Canton for Delta. It's either Detroit or Atlanta. They're 2 major hubs. So you got to fly to one of those cities if you're flying Delta before you get there. Anyways, for United, they have 2 direct flights to Canton from New Jersey. There's not a lot of flights.
That sucks. That's horrible.
The Canton airport had 7 gates. It was the size of a high school gym. It was tiny.
You got to wonder why they pick these places. I mean, I get it. Like, oh, it's kind of secluded, but at the same time, I don't know. It's probably not.
Football was the modern day rules of football were established by the Canton football team.
Oh, I see.
And 100 years ago, it's the 99th season, I guess. 100 years ago, they would do it with small teams. There was like the Canton whatever's. There was like the Youngstown whatever.
Okay.
It was all that working class, steel belt people. They all had these teams and stuff. So essentially, it was the central point, so they put the Hall of Fame there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But at the time, Canton was probably as big as Cleveland, you know what I mean? Or it was as big as the next city over. It wasn't like a tiny city compared to now.
Yeah.
It was a major city in that respect.
I just feel like they don't deserve to have anything.
No, but you know what? Sometimes it's better to have like Canton's in the middle of nowhere. Basketball's in Springfield. Baseball's definitely in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that's definitely in the middle of nowhere, yeah.
Hockey's the only one that actually was like, hey, well, people are in town. We should do it. They're it's in Toronto, which I've never been to.
But soccer's up and coming. Where's that Hall of Fame, Arty?
Someday we'll be there.
Where's that?
I don't know. Who the fuck's watching soccer? Fuck soccer.
Well,
So that we get to Canton, the first thing we do is go to the casino. So we go to the casino, and we find out it's just a fucking slot power. They didn't have like board games.
Oh, that sucks.
So I was going to gamble anyways because this trip was relatively free for my part. So I just basically sat at the bar and drank $20 worth of drinks at the Hard Rock, which was basically a half a drink at that point. But it is. Tommy's going at it. Look at him go.
Wow, he is.
It's really bad. He has no idea where to stick it.
It's so confusing.
And I think at 2 years, he's 2 years old. He's never going to learn at this point.
It never gets old. Why does it never get old? It's just hilarious. I can't.
It's the weirdest thing. Tommy, when he humps Nola, if you don't know, humps are from the front, not the back.
Yes.
I have no idea. He has no idea what's going on.
No.
Tommy, stop it. So we did gambling. The first night we went to the football game, that was kind of dull. There was nothing going on. Like we stayed at till halftime. We bounced out of there. It was nice though because the company that was sponsoring us, I guess I can give them a shout out. Sugardale. Sugardale is a big supplier of pork products in this country. Apparently, they supply the bacon to Wendy's. They supply the pepperoni to Domino's.
Oh,
and a few other big like Papa John's and stuff like this.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
They have a pretty big contract. So they had these hospitality tents, which were cool.
Yeah.
So you needed a pass to get into them. So we got in there, and it was free drinks, free food, and your opportunity to meet a celebrity. So I met who did I meet? Anderson. Morton Anderson, who was the kicker for the Saints. Mm-hmm. And I met...
you brushed up against Warren Moon a little bit.
Warren Moon, I seen him. He was on my flight. I didn't say anything to him because I didn't want to bother the guy.
Yeah.
But he was on my flight. William Lanier was on my flight. He was sitting right behind me.
Oh, nice.
He forgot his jacket. That's why he didn't see his jacket. The entire flight...
How could you forget your jacket?
The 20-minute flight... It took longer to taxi down the runway from Detroit to Canton, and the flight was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it. But it took us 25 minutes to take off and 25 minutes once we landed. So my buddy's like, we should have just got a fucking car and drove from Detroit. It would took us the same amount of time.
That's true.
And then we went to sit in the fucking airplane. But so Willie Lanier's behind me and on the flight, and the entire time he's talking to people to break into his apartment to get his jacket and FedEx over. Because I don't know how you go into the Hall of Fame and you forget your gold jacket.
Yeah, that's the one thing that
should be the number one thing you pack.
Yeah.
But he forgot it. So he's calling everyone. His neighbors don't have keys to the house. He called someone and told him to break into the house and FedEx the jacket. But like he needed it by this was Thursday. He needed it by Friday, Saturday the latest, right? So needless to say, he never got his jacket.
You could have driven him crazy. You could have walked out and been like, "Who are you?" And then he tells you who he is. You'd be like, "No, you're not. You don't have your jacket.
You don't have your jacket.
Where's your jacket?"
It was unbelievable. So he's on my flight. Warren Moon's on my flight. Andre Reed, I got his autograph during one of the nights for hospitality, whatever like that. So I didn't do a lot of drinking. I was pacing myself because I was drinking.
You want to remember it?
Yeah, and I couldn't get drunk. I think it was so exhausting because we had so much shit to do. I was riding a buzz all day. It was nice, and I was nonstop. So, and then when we had downtime, we just took a nap. We went back to the hotel and just took a nap. It was fucking awesome, taking a midday nap. So we did all that on the first night, and then the second day we woke up early. We had to go play golf. Well, we didn't have to. We did. It was a nice golf tournament.
Yeah.
So me and Humpback and his rep and some other person who works for the company. Well, we did you ever play golf, like a scramble?
I've been around golf, but I've never been a golf guy.
If you don't know what a scramble is, all four of you hit the ball, and whoever has the best ball at that point, everyone hits from that point. So instead of hitting your own ball, you just hit the best ball.
Okay.
And then everyone has a turn to hit that ball. So you keep making your way to. So it goes a lot faster than everyone playing their own ball.
Yeah.
So we did that. Worked out great.
Hey,
Alex Wallace, what's up, buddy? Trustful listener here. And we did that. It was a beautiful day out, nice and warm, just enjoying the time. And Chris Carter was at the lunch after at the country club.
Yeah.
He sat there and talked to us about that stuff.
And he's maintained.
Yeah, dude, that guy looks good. He's always 52 years old. I would have thought he was in his late 30s.
He's waiting for a call. That's what it is. Maybe he's just never given up.
But he was taking the easy way out. So this is what he says. During the dinner. So we stayed for the lunch, but they had 100 people, and they had one guy making paninis one at a time.
Oh, that sucks.
You know how fucking long that takes?
Yeah, that sucks.
So we bailed out. We weren't that hungry, so we stuck around. I got my 2 free drinks, and then Chris kind of goes, "Listen, I'm not going to bother everyone by telling you a story, but if you want to talk to me, I'll be around." Like, this fucking guy didn't want to sit up there and take a speech, so he basically just, for 5 minutes was talking to everyone, then left. And he was in the room, and you could take a picture of him if you wanted to or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at this point, we were bouncing because I wanted to take a nap because we had the black tie dinner. Now, when you think black tie dinner, don't you think like a big, giant, a big room where you go and a wedding type of
Yes, I
atmosphere?
think chandeliers
Yeah.
and nice tablecloths and
Exactly.
I think it's nice dinner. Yes.
So I didn't know much about these dinners or how this stuff worked out. So I assumed it would have been in a big room, like a big banquet hall that maybe held 300 people, maybe the most, right?
Yeah.
And everyone would be dressed up in dresses and suits and everything, and we'd sit around and the players would be there and they would say a few words and get their jackets. No, that's not what it is. Anyone could have went to this dinner. It was $140 for the dinner. It was basically like a TV dinner they gave you.
And it wasn't even good?
No, it was
it
terrible.
3 courses?
All at once.
Oh, wow.
They gave you a wilted salad, a TV dinner, and your dessert was sitting on the table when you got there.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I'd be pissed.
Well, we didn't pay for it, so
I know. If
I would have been
it,
pissed if I paid for it.
Yeah.
So we sat there, and the only cool part is our table was rail in the back. So there was 4 rooms.
Oh, that's good.
But the players came in to that room first. I was when you seen the video on my Instagram and stuff like that, on my Facebook, it was
light bulb down.
Oh, you know what? That light's on the timer.
Oh, I don't think it's going to impact. No, it doesn't impact that much. It just went off on
that.
that.
Went down a little bit, yeah. That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. No.
But yeah, I have all my lights are on the timer in here, so the aquarium's on a timer. So it's plugged into the extension code that the aquarium is.
Yeah, it didn't really impact it too much. Yeah.
All right, well, it is what it is at that point.
True.
So, excuse me. The dinner was kind of disappointing. We left and went to an after party afterwards. We dressed up in I have a suit and a tie and a vest and all that stuff on. And we're all dressed up for 15 minutes. And then we left. Because we didn't stay there and watch them get the jackets.
I guess it's better to overdress than under. Just,
People showed up and it was required to have a black tie.
Oh, God.
People showed up in shorts and a t-shirt. But they weren't turning anyone away because it was $150 a ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, whatever. So we went to the after party, whatever. And, like, the bars in Canton roll up at 12 o'clock. That's it. And then there's nothing else to do. So that night, was that the first? Yes, that was the night I went to this. It was this one brewery called Fathead's Brewery that was open. So I was sitting there just, relaxing. And then I started a conversation with this girl sitting next to me. We were chit-chatting.
Ah, yes.
And this is where we come to this funny story. What me and Adam were just watching a video. And, no, I mean, it was what it is. We had a nice conversation and stuff like this. It wasn't like,
She has 2 first names. Let's just say that.
Yeah. She tells me we didn't really get into much. I was just chit-chat. And she was like, yeah, I used to be a singer and an actor back in the day.
Yeah.
And she was friends with the bartender. And I'm like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. So she starts showing me well, first of all, she asked me what I was doing in town, so I lied. And I said I was working for ESPN as a correspondent from Boston, working with the local media down here for the Hall of Fame. That's basically what I said.
Yeah.
And then she started telling me how she used to be an actress.
Of course.
And a singer. And I never really registered in my head until
I just said it.
I just said it to you before the show started. That makes sense why she was like advertising.
Yeah.
Advertised the entire thing to me. So she shows me her YouTube page, and it's her singing and stuff. And we previewed a few of her songs.
Oh yes, they're very memorable.
They're very catchy.
Very catchy. Not a lot of set design going on in that background.
No, I got to say, my one criticism of the songs would be is it's produced well. The music's well. The lyrics, it's auto. She admitted it was auto tune, but it flowed. But nowadays everything's auto tune, so it doesn't really make a difference. I would say the presentation of the music video was lackluster. Very much so.
Yeah.
The one actual music video that she was doing, she was dancing in front of a taupe wall. I don't want to make fun of her or anything because it was entertaining. She was a nice girl.
It was.
We're just critiquing what could have been better.
And also, like I pointed out, if you're going to have your friends in your music video, you should probably pick the most attractive ones, not your dumpy ones who look like they probably are single mothers.
There should be hot friends. There shouldn't be a bunch of broads from Revere that you went to high school with. You know
Definitely.
I mean? And she said she grew up like right. I thought she had a little bit of an ethnicity to her, so I figured she was an out of towner, like a foreign descent. Apparently, she's not. She's just a white girl with a tan who lived outside of Canton, I guess.
She looks like she would have a very annoying laugh.
She had a unique laugh.
See?
Yes, it was a very unique. It was almost. It wasn't as bad as Joey's girlfriend on Friends, but it was a very memorable laugh.
Yes. You can just tell by some people.
Yes.
Kind of like how Rihanna looks like she smells.
Yes.
Like that glistening, like kind of
dirty,
look to
like
them.
sweaty, dirty
Yeah,
smell.
they just look like they smell. There's some people you could also tell that person probably has a horrible laugh.
I agree. She had a unique laugh. And she was showing me her acting, and we watched... Hey, Tommy! We were watching the acting that she did for that commercial. And she said it was a local commercial that was done in the area. And we watched it, and it was for a hydro something.
Like hydroponic plants.
Yes, it's to make your plants grow faster. Are you familiar with this? You're a botanist major.
Yes, I would say, hydroponic. It has to do with like growing it in like water. You know, although those plants do not look like they were growing in the water. I saw a pot. Yeah, so I don't understand what the hell they were talking about.
It was a very interesting...
She was better than the guy, so maybe I think she wasn't that bad in that commercial because the guy was just so horrible.
The commercial was very interesting.
Yes,
if you will.
It was.
Alex Wallace wants to know, Alex, if you go to, I don't know if you're gonna be able to find it. You're gonna go to YouTube. Her name was Karina Nicole. And her last name is Good with an extra E at the end.
Just look for yeah.
Yeah, so
that's what it's called. One of her
Karina Nicole Goody, but it's like Goody because that's the E at the end. I'm not nice girl. I mean, a nice conversation with her, whatever.
Of course she was nice because she thought you worked for ESPN.
She thought I worked for ESPN. That's right.
Exactly what it is.
So that was that night, and then the last night we went to the ceremony.
Yes.
Where they were enshrinement, and then we went to an after party afterwards. That was late, but
the ceremony itself, like who would you say had like the best speech?
So this is what we're gonna get to. So everyone obviously knows the Ray Lewis speech and how that went off, and we obviously knew that was gonna be. But see, this is what happened. We went to the hospitality tent, and then we went over to the Hall of Fame before the enshrinement, and we were leaving. So T.O. didn't go there. so we didn't have to worry about his speech. One of the guys didn't speak, I believe, one of the older guys, and two of the other guys, they were older guys, but their speeches were quick. And I got a hand that most guys stuck to 15 to 20 minutes for the speech. Because, I mean, honest to God, after you do a speech, anyone knows more than 10 minutes, you start losing your crowd.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are and impelling of us. When you see the president speak on TV, it's usually a 10 to 15 minute speech.
Unless you're like Tony Robbins, like one of those motivational guys.
Well, that's different because
Yeah.
it's motivating you.
Yeah.
These guys weren't really motivating me. They were just telling a story.
Yeah.
So as we're walking in, Brian Urlacher is going on stage, and he's doing his thing. Now, I would say, to me, that was the best because it was a very well-prepared speech. He summarized his life, his family, his playing career. He literally went through the steps of his whole entire life up to that point. And not to mention, his wife is an absolute smoke show. His wife is so hot, and his daughter's... she's attractive? I don't know how old the
That's
daughter
weird.
is. I don't want to make a statement yet about
Who
the daughter.
cares?
But during the parade, because the parade was the day of the enshrinement, we were at the parade, and he rolls by on a Corvette, and then these two chicks are on the back of the next car. I swore they were his daughters. I was like, oh, he has hot daughters.
Yeah.
One's the mom, one's the daughter.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
That's how hot his wife is.
That's very impressive.
Now, granted, he was born in 78, maybe, so he's in his 40s. He's 40, say, right?
Yeah,
right
40,
now?
41, yeah.
So his wife is probably our age, I would say,
Yeah.
maybe a little older. She's
Yeah.
fucking 10.
Wow.
Oh, what a fucking hottie he is. He is good fucking for you, Brian Urlacher, you fucking doofus-looking, bald-headed middle linebacker.
Does the daughter look like the mother, too?
Oh, yeah.
That's weird. That's
Dude.
just hot but weird.
They could have been
Well, I've
sisters.
seen that.
I thought they were fucking sisters.
I hope he doesn't mistake his daughter for her.
Oh, God. One night he's half drunk. He's like, let me stick my dick somewhere.
Comes home after a long night
yeah.
drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, so his speech was the best. He was to the point, 20 minutes on and off stage. And then comes Brian Dawkins from the fucking Philadelphia Eagles, right? Now, there was one point where Humpback said that if I went outside at a certain point, I probably would have died. Because I was sporting my Pats t-shirt and my Red Sox hat, right?
Yeah.
During this entire thing. And then at one point in this one little courtyard, there were all these Philly fans, and they were chanting someone, he said. He's like, yeah. He's like, I went out there, all of a sudden they started chanting something. And he's like, yeah, you probably would have died if you went out there. I go, they really have no right to be mad at me because they won the Super Bowl. If anything, I should be mad at them.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an even. We beat you in 04. You beat us in fucking 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, that's all I can say is, so I probably wouldn't have been injured, but they're the most obnoxious, annoying, and fucking rude people on the planet. And I've said this once, and I say it again, and we talked about this fucking 6 months ago during the Super Bowl. Philadelphia fans are the most rudest and ignorant people on the planet, and they follow that wherever they go. Tommy.
They are. The one thing they're not, though, but they're up there, I would say they do not get the obnoxious. I think the most obnoxious are Raider fans, actually.
Maybe, yeah. I guess so, yeah, to a point.
With their Kiss kind of makeup and like they just, I don't like Raider fans. They're just annoying too.
Raider fans are a lost breed because, are they Oakland fans? Are they LA fans? Are they going to be Vegas fans in 2 years? Who are
That's
they?
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like they always show the same fucking person on all the time. Who's the...
He's got spike pads on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Tommy, hold on. Tommy, stop.
He loves, this only happens when the camera's on. It doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
he's biting at Nola's neck, and I have no idea what he's doing. But,
He's priming it. He's priming it for sticking it in her.
No idea what he's doing.
He's going to give her a trach with his dick.
Maybe. He's going to poke her in the eye because he doesn't know where it goes. Now he's eating her ear.
He's so confused.
He is a fucking weird dog. And then Brian, so he goes, and Brian Dawkins pretty much looks like he's just humping the air.
What the hell was that? I hate how we break away from these stories.
No.
But it's just so, what the hell? That was the weirdest thing. Has that ever happened?
No, I guess he just didn't know. He's just humping.
Banging a ghost.
He knows he's supposed to hump. He just doesn't know how to hump.
Ghost dog.
Nolan's hiding underneath the recliner because she's like, I'm not so part of this raping.
Ghost dog.
So Brian Dawkins looks like he showed up and had nothing prepared. And he's just off the top of his cusp just telling stories. And nothing has any sense. And the fucking Philly fans are just, woo, ah. I wasn't impressed. I thought it was all right. I mean, whatever. It was all right. Now, half the people in that stadium, I'd say 40% were Eagles fans, 40% were Ravens fans, and the other 20% were people like me who were just there. No
Yeah.
really particular fans of any team or any player going up there. I was happy I was there because I got to see Randy, who was a Patriot, which is cool. If there was no expatriates there, I probably would have cared a little bit less. But, it had something, reason to be there, right?
Exactly.
So, as soon as Dawkins leaves, half the stadium leaves. All the Philly fans leave. They don't even stay for everyone else's speech.
Well, that's a cool fan base, though, if you think about it. Like, they actually... there are some fan bases that they don't have any passion, they don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like, at least their fans came.
Yeah.
Well,
here's a funny story. There was two people sitting in front of me. One was wearing a Dawkins Eagles jersey. The other one was wearing a Dawkins Broncos jersey. And the guy who was wearing the Eagles jersey was getting so emotional. And then he turned around and kissed his friend on the lips.
What the fuck?
Because they were so emotional in his speech.
I'm sorry. I will never cry over sports. I mean, you'll see me, like, fold my hands, like, get really angry. But have you ever cried over sports?
Well, I guess Urlacher is... His story, he was telling about how his dad left the family, how his mom raised him.
Okay, that's different. But I mean, like, a game. Like, I've gotten frustrated. No. I've gotten, like, I've seen you cuddled up in the fetal position. I've seen
shut off. Yeah,
but
get angry. Yeah,
but like actually cry.
Yeah, no,
because of a game or an event. I mean, that's a heartfelt speech about your parent.
It's a different story.
It's a different story.
It was a tearjerker because of the way he was telling the story. But these guys were getting emotional over Brian Dawkins just telling stories about playing football. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, and my buddy goes, those guys just kiss? I go, fucking Philly fans, man. I'm like, it was like, it's that Tom Hanks in Philadelphia in front of me right now?
Oh, man. Like smack on the lips? Was it like a quick peck or was it like a makeout? That's still weird, yeah.
He's kissing him on his cheek and the head turned a little bit, so I got a little lip on that.
Italian?
Oh, one was black and one was a redneck with a cowboy hat.
Oh, boy, wow. Well, it is a new world we live in.
They weren't your typical homosexual couple. They clearly weren't a gay couple. I mean, those gay couples are pretty obvious these days.
They were hetero life
Not
mates.
that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
These were technically hetero guys who were friends who probably had a little too much to drink, and one of them got a little emotional about the situation.
And they'll probably say, let's just forget about that the next day.
Hopefully forgot about it immediately after it happened. You could tell the other guy was a little uncomfortable too. He was like, got a little weird about it.
Or maybe it knocked something loose, and the next day they realized they love each other.
Maybe I witnessed two people falling in love.
You did. Maybe you witnessed something here, Arty. We're on to something. I think.
If that's the case too, that's a beautiful thing.
That is
There's nothing against that right there. Nothing at all.
No.
So he goes up, and then Randy goes up, and Randy has a good speech. A little pity-patty. Randy has a lot of kids.
How many?
I think he had 9.
Oh, wow. He's not quite Cromartie,
no.
But he's up to 9.
And I kind of laughed a little bit because during the parade, there's like the players in the first car, and then all the cars after that, it's usually the families. And usually there's like 1, maybe 2 cars, right? After. Randy had about 6. And I was joking. I go, I wonder how many kids he has because that's going to be a lot of cars. And then Humpback was like, no, man, there's 1, there's 2, 3. They were all Jeeps with like 6 people in them each of them. I go, oh my God, he brought a lot of family.
Cousins, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. It was like, but Randy's speech was good. He did mention the Patriots. He did mention Belichick, mentioned Brady, mentioned Kraft, mentioned Dante, Dante Stelmecchia?
Hightower?
No, Dante, the coach, the old white guy coach, the linebacker coach.
I'm not sure.
Said he had wrote him a letter when he was down and out, and, you know. Brian Dawkins in his speech was like, one day I woke up and I wanted to kill myself. And I told everyone I was going to kill myself.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's like, I don't think that was publicly known.
No, I don't think so. But,
I mean, that's a big, bombshell to break,
There is that disease that football players get with the brain. I wonder if that's part of it.
You've
had players, remember, show up during practice and try and kill people. Who was that player?
Oh,
who showed up and then I forget what he did.
Killed himself in the parking lot,
he killed himself in front of the GM.
Yeah,
remember that?
There's the coach and the GM and the Chiefs.
Yes, the Chiefs. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, don't mention your heads get fucking rattled around there. So I'm sure there's maybe a screw loose or something like that.
Yeah, Ray Lewis is definitely evidence of that.
But oh yeah. So then we get to the main course here. Randy goes up, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, it's 9:30 at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Everyone's gotten their 20 minutes. They're pretty much keeping this thing on the cycle. This thing's gonna be wrapped up at 10 o'clock. So maybe it's like 9:40, I should say. So if I can, I go. What's his face will go up there, and then.
Oh shit!
What the hell is that?
Bottle cap.
Oh hey. Where the hell did that come from? Aha. Oh, it's not even a bottle cap. It's the came from up here.
Ugh. Oh wow. Jesus. Well, that could have been bad.
Oh, it's like the microphone stand.
Oh Jesus.
Hold on, we're gonna.
Well.
Turn this mic down real quick so we don't get. How in the hell did that happen?
I don't know. Oh, you're choking there, buddy.
I don't even know where that came from.
I'm glad I ripped it out of his throat before it went down.
Saved his life.
Yeah. That would have been an episode right there. Tommy dies on the air. Giving the dog Heimlich.
Tommy dies on the air, then Arty dies when Susie comes home.
And Adam records it all.
Having a double death live on the air. All right, so that's back to know. Yeah, so what the fuck? So Randy Moss goes up there, and then Ray Lewis goes up there, and we knew it was going to be a long one. And I think everyone knew it was a long one. That's why he was going to last. And at this point, the Baltimore fans were still there. And he personally bought tickets and drove about 300 or 400 people down to this thing. There was a whole section where the end zone is of purple. And he bought everyone's ticket and got everyone down there. And apparently, he owns or is a partner in a solar panel company.
Okay.
And these were all the employees in their families.
Well, that's smarter than I thought it would have been. I would have thought it would be like Magic Beans or something.
And he's like, and I brought all those people over there for my solar panel company. And they're all like, ah! And there was like fathers and sons and families. And
wow.
I don't know if he paid for a hotel room. I doubt it. I bet they got bussed down that day. And they were getting bussed home that night kind of thing. I mean, it was a nice gesture, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? And but you got to think a part of it was just for him fucking gloating and being like, oh, look what I can do.
Yeah, he can afford it. I mean.
He starts off the speech. 5:15:75. And I'm like
5:15:75.
I look at Humpback, I go, uh-oh. He's like, yeah, it's going to be one of those speeches. And it's like, I'm the number of the God of Jesus. 5 + 2 is 7. And then he was going on these numbers like 15, Super Bowl 52 was played this year. I was in Super Bowl 49. 4 + 9 is 11. It was 13, 14 plus. I lived in this address when I was a kid. It was 73. My mother's this age, 45, 65. For like 20 minutes, this fucking goon is going off on like equations and numbers. And
Bible verses. There was one part like, Evictus number 23.
Oh, dude. It was like, and I'm like, oh, where's this going? Faustus, and he's like, so if you notice, he was the only one who had a wireless mic on. All the other guys went to the podium, and they spoke in the microphone like we talk on the radio off the microphones. On the other hand, they wired him with a wireless mic, and he was going left to right. And I go, he looks like one of those guys at 6 o'clock in the morning when you turn the TV on, and those preacher people are on there trying to sell you something. This is what he looked like. And he was going back and forth. So the speech was wrapping up. It was going about 15, 16, 17 minutes at this point. So we go to the people. Now, we're in Canton. So we found out that people were Ubering. Uber drivers were driving in from Illinois to work this weekend. Because there's not a lot of Uber drivers there. So we were getting in the cars with plates from all different states. You know, there weren't just Ohio states. And there's one guy who was like, oh, yeah, I came in from Ohio for the weekend. He's like, you know, I'm just going to work 12-hour days for the next 4 days, and I'll probably make about $4,000.
Wow.
And I was like, sweet. I'm like, that's a good gig. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't care. He's like, it's easy money.
Yeah.
So this is what this guy was doing. So we had to go, but there weren't still a lot of Ubers. You know what I mean? We still had to like kind of, you know, plan accordingly. So we had this gas station we went to up the street from the stadium that we walked, and we knew that we can get there, and there was a good place for an Uber to pull in. So we were starting to walk up there. And I go, oh, his fucking speech must be over. And then he takes a turn. And he starts talking about politics. And the one thing you know that I don't like is when someone whose job is to entertain me
starts talking politics.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100% on that.
Comedians, actors, sports athletes. Politics is like talking about your wife's vagina. That should be something you keep in your home.
Yeah.
Don't share your thoughts with anyone. Because I don't give a shit what your politics are. Or religion's the same exact way.
Yeah.
If you want to believe in fucking the Easter Bunny is your god, and go ahead.
You want to believe killer unicorns were roaming the earth before us? Go for it. Whatever.
But you're not going to convince me otherwise of your thoughts one way or another. So you're wasting your time. And there's nothing you can say that's actually going to make this a productive conversation.
True.
You know what I mean? If we're going to leave the table the same way we entered the table, disagreeing.
There's no proof of anything.
No.
It's just going to go around.
It is what it is. But then he goes to that political turn, but then he takes he's going far right, then he bangs a quick left. And when he bangs a quick left, he starts talking about, I want to make sure there's no human trafficking.
Sex trafficking for children.
I was like, whoa. This took a weird fucking bump of the road. It's like, poor people gotta eat. I'm like, yes. Everything he said was it was a statement that everyone said. Young children should not be sex trafficked. Yes. People need to eat. Yes. There should be less violence in the world. Agreed.
There's definitely a way to bring us all together.
But the way he was talking, it was like he just came up with this idea.
Yeah. It's all him.
And then Steve McNair's mom was there. I guess he's close with, was there. And then he had a friend that died.
Steve McNair. Whatever happened to him?
He's the one who his wife blew him away. Remember? On 4th of July.
He's dead?
Yeah, remember that story?
Oh, God, I forgot.
It was 4th of July, 2010, maybe? She walked.
McNair, that's right.
She walked into the room with a shotgun, blew him away while he was taking a nap.
Well, that's one way to do it.
And then turned it on himself and shot herself.
Well, that's one way to do it. At least he didn't feel that one.
Yeah, no, I think it was probably one of these things. Like, oh, what's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So his mom was there, and then I guess a friend of his who died when was there, and the entire time was like, is this when he admits he killed that person in Atlanta in 2000?
All right. I know, right?
I'm like, someone should scream, "Where's the white suit?"
Exactly.
I don't know one has the balls to fucking scream that. Because Ray Lewis is a scary-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
That look in his eyes?
Well, let's put it this way. If he's going to jump into the crowd and do something to you, it's going to be on camera, and you're going to get a lot of money probably because what's going to happen to you?
Unless he kills me.
Exactly.
You know, he might just fucking...
But that whole story, too, it wasn't him. He was just there, right? I think that was part of the thing. He was an accomplice to this murder.
He was accomplice, but then I heard stories that he did it. Like, that's why he got blood on his suit. There's many stories. No one knows the actual story, and you know what? No one will probably ever know the story.
Probably not.
Alex Wallace says Ray Lewis is like Don King. Kind of is. Kind of promoting everything.
Yeah, kind of.
But that was that, and then we flew home the next day. So, you know, there wasn't much like of a nightlife or like any. It's very hard to get in trouble in a town like that.
Yeah.
You know, the most I got out of entertainment at night was Karina Nicole.
And she was entertaining. Yeah.
I want it, baby.
Yeah.
I want it.
Plane.
Give it
sky,
to me.
Sky.
I want it.
I wonder how long it took her to bang out those lyrics. It's probably really difficult. They're not bad though. The lyrics they're better than like Pitbull, like I was saying. You know?
It is. It's yeah. I mean, a lot of everything's better than Pitbull.
Yeah.
He rhymes. What does he rhyme? He rhymes to say words together.
Oh, oh God, it takes me a while to get there. I don't know. He's horrible. But like, at least like Karina was like, I don't know. But the thing is, it looked.
She's 42 too. I didn't believe that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, 42. She goes, how old do you think I am? I'm like, you know, I always, if I think a girl's 35, I subtract 5. Whatever I think the girl is,
yeah,
I subtract 5 years.
That's smart.
Just because it's like, you don't believe it, but you just want them to say. So if you ever meet me on the street and you go, how old do you think I am? And I say an age, add 5 years because that's what I really think. But I'm just trying to be nice because at least that gives you a 5-year buffer.
It's smart.
Because if you say to her, oh, you look 34, and she's like 32,
yeah,
oof.
Yeah,
if you say, oh, you look.
Yeah, take the under.
29.
Always go with the under.
Oh, I'm 32. Oh.
But like her videos look like they were leading into an SNL skit. Like,
I thought they were.
They just, it's just not at all. Yeah. Sounds like a good trip, though.
And I go to her. Apparently she was one of those kids who was like a kid in a pageant and stuff like that, she was saying.
God.
She was like a pageant kid.
Oh, man.
And she was doing stuff when she was little and everything like that, too. And I go, why'd you stop? Out of curiosity. I'm like, usually if you're doing this much effort for something, you might as well continue it.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I had no confidence, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't know really how to sing and all that stuff. I go, well, no one really knows how to sing. I go, but,
yeah,
it is what it is.
That's nice.
I had told her if she's ever in the Boston area and she'd like to be on the Arty 84 show, she has an open invitation.
Nice.
And I go, if she's looking to have sex, I know a guy named Eric.
That's cool.
If we'll fucking talk about him, what the fuck was that about? Was text messages yesterday? What? Were you reading any of his text messages?
I don't pay attention to that group anymore. I'll text you, but occasionally I'll look at that. But
he was in the day off, I guess, I'm assuming. And he was at his parents' house in the pool.
Oh, I saw the pool thing, and I saw he dropped his phone in the water.
Talking nonsense the entire day. Yeah. And he started his own hashtag, Eric in the pool. So I put it in Twitter, because I was like, I don't know if anyone else has this. So in 2012, some girl used the hashtag Eric's in the pool. But he was so confused, he thought the girl was talking about him.
Oh, my God.
I go, no, she's from 2012.
He's just too stoned out of his mind, probably.
He's like, well, did you tell her about me? I go, no. I go, it's a 6-year-old tweet. And apparently she knows someone named Eric who was in said pool.
apparently.
Not you. Although you could have been in the pool at the same time. Who knows? You know?
True.
But
I got to enjoy the Maine life.
oh, that's right. You were up in Maine all week, right?
I was up in Maine for a long weekend with a buddy of mine, and
yeah, your father's place up there.
yeah, I was near the lake house, and I didn't know this. Maine actually has the tallest observatory bridge in the world.
What do you mean?
Like observatory from an actual bridge.
Okay.
Bridge observatory, yeah, in the world.
Oh, like okay.
Like the observatory is on the bridge. It's stupid. I'm wondering if Maine was like, you know what, we got to do something.
Which makes sense though, because a lot of bridges you can't observe on.
Yeah, you're not. You drive through them, you know. But this is the tallest one in the world.
So there's obviously bigger bridges, but this is the only one. This is the biggest one in the world. You could actually go up in the top and look at. Okay.
Yeah, height wise.
That makes sense. Okay.
Like, within the bridge, you can go up.
Where was this?
This is in Maine.
Where in Maine though?
I forget what part of Maine.
And what was the bridge?
It's near Arcadia.
What was it going over?
Just
a river or
it just
something?
connects. Yeah, it's just part of a river, but it's the tallest one observatory. It's taller than the Bunker Hill Monument. It's taller, and it gives it gives everything that it's taller than. I'm like, that's not fair. That thing was built in like 18 something.
And what do you see when you're on the top? Just woods.
Oh, it's a great view. It's a nice view.
And then the ocean. Can you see the ocean at all?
Yeah, it's a nice view. It's a really nice view. And then went to some forts, saw some cool stuff, and I got to shoot some stuff. Did some fishing, did some kayaking, and I texted a friend of mine like, "Oh, what are you doing in Maine?" I'm like, "Oh, shooting stuff." And like, yeah, sounds like Maine.
Yeah.
Everybody up there owns a gun. They
you
actually don't
to.
have a police force where I was. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you just don't break into people's homes because you're going to get shot.
You get shot. You have to, because you're going out in the woods, you're driving around, you have nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking dangerous.
Although I will say I was up near Bangor, and that weekend there was this giant festival. And I wish Boston could be like this, where we kind of have the concert area by the seaport, and you can hear the live music, but it's not the same. Like, this is part of Bangor. You could walk around the whole city, and there could be a good band playing. You can hear them live and still be walking around the city anywhere.
True.
And it's pretty cool. Like, I'm not a big 3 Days Grace guy, but like, I'm just walking around the city, and I'm going to I went to a Sea Dog, just a bar around there with my buddy.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Do you hear that?" I'm like, "I hear 3 Days Grace." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're playing like 5 blocks away over there."
That's pretty cool.
It's just kind of neat, and when you got a nice little buzz going on, it's like, "Oh my god, I know this song," and you start singing along the shit.
Yeah, Mid-Maine's pretty cool. I mean, I was up in Bangor once, a long time ago.
Yeah.
University of Maine's up there in Orono, which is the next city over from Bangor. That's a big fucking party town up there.
Yeah.
I strike it as the type, if you went to the University of Maine, you don't have a problem having sex.
No.
Because there's not many girls up there. And it's like, you
But
ever have sex with a girl from Maine?
Never. There are no attractive people there. And that's the thing. But everyone has a fucking story.
I don't know. I met a smoke show who lived in
Was
Bangor.
she from there, though?
I don't know.
She probably wasn't from there.
She had herpes.
They all look like, honestly, I thought of
Somebody
Buffalo
told me that.
Betty's, girls from Buffalo.
You think
up
so,
there.
yeah?
They all look like girls from Buffalo. They're right. And I'm saying that, but everybody fucking talks. There are times I just don't want to talk.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I just want to relax. And it's like, you got to be careful, because at any moment, you could be looking at something on a television. Someone's like, "Yep, that play was horrible." And then they go into their fucking life story. And I don't want to hear it. Yeah. But I'm nice. I'll engage them back. But sometimes I just want to be left alone.
Like, you could be sitting at a bar and all of a sudden some person tells you that she did music videos?
No, that'd be better, actually. I would like that. Not like some guy telling me his life story and then be like, "Hey, you want to do some shots?" I don't know you.
Yeah, no, you don't want a strange man, but a good-looking girl is a lot different.
Yeah, that's not going to happen in Maine. You're going to get like a Buffalo Betty telling you, or like some guy who's like complaining and wants to buy you shots.
And then you start getting Stockholm Syndrome, where all the fucking broads, like, you're not used to... It's like you're used to a certain quality, but you've been exposed to this quality, so the best of that quality starts becoming the best.
Yes.
It's like... it's like a girl who lives in a small town, right? She's like the best looking guy in the small town is probably a fucking piece of shit compared to another in a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So when I walk into towns like that, I'm like, whoa, hey now.
Yeah.
So like for this girl, like, for you, like eventually these girls will start looking like decent looking. That's nervous wracking because that's scary.
That would be scary. I did go to Walmart up there. Oh boy, man.
I'm sure that was an adventure.
Oh, that was great. I mean, a Walmart around here is an adventure itself.
Yeah.
You got to have the fake camo vest on, right? You got
People
those
of Walmart is a great website.
But oh boy, the people of Walmart up there, man, are a totally different breed. I saw a fat woman with a mullet. Oh, I saw a couple fat women with mullets. Not men, women. It was a sight.
That was very interesting. Mullets, huh?
Yeah. But everyone's really nice. It was cool.
That's cool. A good time.
Very relaxing, and I kind of needed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, Maine is meant to be relaxed. You know what I mean? There's no stress level in the state of Maine at all.
Exactly.
And what did we do the week before that? I was away. You were in Maine. Anything happened? What did we miss? Anything?
No, nothing major other than that.
I put together. We are making a full steam ahead source to get the show somehow syndicated somewhere.
I saw that. Yeah,
I did a 20-minute demo. Did you happen to listen to it?
I have not checked it out yet. I've been preoccupied by other things that you know about.
If you listen to it,
But I will get. I did. You got my permission to access it. Remember how you had to get permission?
Oh yes. Yeah. I gave you the link. It's more of a direct link now. I
have it. Yeah.
So it's actually it's a pretty good demo of the show. So if you just listen to the show for the first time, you're on Podbean right now or iTunes, just click on the demo, and then that's 20 minutes of the show, basically in a nutshell. So I took segments from like the last 10 episodes, pieces around. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Put it together, splice it together. It may look nice, but hopefully we shop that motherfucker around. And if you're listening and you want to do something with the show, feel free. I'm not gonna fucking
play with it, diddle it a little bit.
Yeah,
diddle tweak us. It.
We want you to diddle us.
Give it a tug. Give it a nice little happy tug.
Absolutely.
Not an aggressive one.
I heard this thing on the radio that millennials don't like hand jobs.
You see, this is where we've talked. We've gone into this a little bit. I like a hand job's fine if it's going to lead into something else. Like I feel like at the start, you actually just like the hand job.
I like a hand job.
I am puzzled by this.
It's fun.
It is, but I feel like it should lead into things.
Sit
I wouldn't
back,
be satisfied.
Relax, get dick jerked.
Yeah, but put the mouth on it too. What about the combo?
Yeah,
deal?
but you know what? Maybe you're in a Greyhound bus on the way to New York City.
Okay, that's an exception to the rule.
And she wants to show her appreciation to you.
Yeah.
I'd go underneath the blankets, give her a little popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she should be fishing for change down there too. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I appreciate a hand job. You drive into the fucking, you're in the T and during a Red Sox game and you're all packed in and she just fucking jerks you. There's a certain point when you're getting a hand job that you don't care if you're gonna blow a load in your pants.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of more like a rub because it's over. I'm talking about
they're in the pan.
Oh, jerking. Okay, all right, okay.
And you get to that point where they're jerking, and you're like, well, if I blow my load right now, I'm gonna make quite the mess. My underwear, my shorts.
I don't think I could.
I have multiple times because
I wish I could. I don't.
Because what are you gonna do? Not come?
True, but you're right.
What are you gonna do? Whip it out?
You can't. Maybe I'd get aggravated because I'd want more. I've never been in that situation where
you gotta go and everything dry.
Just do something else.
It's like having a wet dream as a kid.
Yeah.
But the millennials these days apparently do not like hand jobs or getting hand jobs.
Is it too ooey for them? What's wrong? What's their problem? I
just think we were exposed to a lot of pornography as a child. I think these kids are even exposed to more.
That's true.
So
they're numb.
For them, a hand job is nothing but foreplay because what
hand job's new first.
I mean, the only time you see a hand job porn is if that's a niche.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not finishing starting of a hand job.
No, you're not.
Unless the girl's naked and she's just trying to get the last drippage out of it. But
maybe everything's been changed now. Maybe a hand job. I think
Susie J's in the house.
I think a hand job is the new first base. We should change the bases.
Well, isn't that first base?
No, first base is like a French kiss. No tongue.
You're right.
Let's change the bases here. All right.
Second base was a hand job.
Second base was grabbing boobies.
Boobies and a hand job.
Just boobies was second, and third was fingering, and then home was the See,
I always thought third was oral.
Really? Well, it is oral. Well, no. Fingering is it's not oral, but
see, I thought third base was blowies and lickage. Second base was the handy and the finger popping. And first base was booby feel and aggressive making out.
See, I always thought it was the 4 Fs: French feel, finger, fuck.
I mean, it could have been back in the day.
Okay, we should change the basis completely now.
Regardless, I think we get a revamp here.
We have to,
because I think that we're a little outdated on things.
We are. This is horrible.
Kids these days, I think kids going. Remember when you were just excited to get like a over the pants rub?
Yes.
I think kids lead into things these days, with the mentality that they're gonna get a blowy. You know what I mean?
Yes. So what should be should a hand job be the new first base?
I don't think there's bases anymore. I think there's you're at bat and you're either gonna score or you're not. It's home run derby these days.
No, because people still like blowjobs.
Okay, so maybe
those are still up there.
I guess so. Yeah,
there's gotta be something here. We gotta. Okay, oral. Maybe oral's the new first base.
Oral could be the new first base.
Okay, maybe feel's the new first base. Oral second.
Well, then you get rubbers and stuff like this too.
Oh God. Have you ever used a dental Dan? Never used one.
No.
I've never used one of those.
I was at a strip club in Montreal once that gave extras, and a guy I was with, also named Adam, went to get a blowy from the stripper / hooker that worked at the strip club, and she, as they were walking into the room, I watched her put a dental. It's basically a backwards condom in your mouth. It looks like I thought
it was like a sheet.
So picture a mouthpiece, right?
Yeah.
And picture a mouthpiece, but there's a connector in the back, so there's almost like a blanket on the back of the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
So you can't breathe through your mouth. It kind of creates like a bag in your mouth.
So you got to be a great nose breather. Pretty much. Okay.
So when you get a load in there, which the odds of getting anything disease-wise through oral is slim to none at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty
so
tough.
The double damn with the little what it's doing, I don't think that it's actually doing anything.
No, it would make me question that person more. Like, what the hell's wrong with you that you feel like you got to use this?
And it would make me think like, all right, so how bad is your inside of your mouth?
Yeah, you got like a lot of bacteria growing in there?
Or do you have like open wounds in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're doing it more to benefit me than it is to stop you from getting anything. That's what I would think. It's
very
weird.
bizarre. It's very bizarre. I mean, a guy I work with telling me a story today. I'm introducing everyone. I work with a bunch of millennials for the most part in my office, so I'm trying to introduce them to the Arty 84 show.
Yeah.
So I sent them all a link today, and hopefully they're watching right now. If not, they're going to be listening tomorrow at work. But what I did was this guy was telling me a story about condoms. And he goes, when he was in college, what he did was he went to this website on Trojan and said that he was working for the school and they were going to set up a booth for safe sex. So they sent him a box free, 500 condoms. So they can give them out as like marketing. So he's like, I had a box of 500 condoms sitting in my dorm room. I go, did you ever get through it? He's like, no. He's like, what animal can get through 500 condoms before they expire? That's sex every day for a year and for 1.8 years.
That's true. But you probably want to give some to your friends. You're probably just going to...
Yeah.
You could use them. Yeah.
I'll give them out. He goes, they were wearing them as hats. They were putting them on gloves.
Oh, yeah.
They were just fucking around with, like, doing everything you could do with them. Which that's what I would do. I mean, if I had 500 free condoms, that's what I would do.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what we'd do to this place if you had 500 free condoms.
We'd have them hanging from the ceiling.
They'd be everywhere. It'd be like a balloon house.
Oh, yeah. It'd be awesome.
It'd be pretty funny.
Good idea. When I was like 12 years old, I won a water balloon contest because I filled a condom up with water. And that fucking water condom does not break.
No, it does not.
Me and my cousin were throwing it like fucking 50 yards, and the thing would just hit the grass and bounce. And people were like, how are you winning? Like, I don't know. We found a box of condoms in the field. And they weren't used. It was like I think like maybe some teenagers were gonna have sex, and then the cops came, broke it up, and they just dropped them. But they were like in good condition. That wasn't open.
I hate how expensive they fucking are. You can go to a clinic and get them for free, but if you're gonna buy them like most people to Stop and Shop and stuff, they're ridiculously expensive. It's like safe sex. It costs more money to be responsible.
Did you ever use a free condom though?
No, but they're fine.
There's no lubrication to it.
No, there isn't. But you could spend $5 and fucking buy some. I know what you're saying. That's two things you got to get, and it's easier to go to the store. I get it. But, like, just in general, they know they got you. They're like, we're going to upcharge these. It's a fucking piece of latex.
Back in the day when I wore that hat, the condom.
Spermicidal lube.
There was a particular brand I always used.
Chic?
No, it was Trojans, ultra thins for his and her pleasure.
Yes. They ribbed?
They were ribbed. Double lubricated, ribbed. Actually, if you want to borrow one, you probably have a box fucking stack of them in the bathroom from when we
probably wouldn't fit me
when we first bought them just to look at.
They glow in the dark too.
No. Fucking. I've never used one of those.
I've never either. I'd probably start laughing and nothing would happen.
I think it would take me out of the moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, but there's lots of lubrication on those things, right? One way or another. But the free ones you get at the fucking like clinics, you might as well be putting a fucking balloon on.
It's like a fishbowl. Just grab them out of the thing. That's what I picture, like a size. I've never got one from there, but I know they have them. Like I just picture like a fishbowl full of them, and people like swoop
They're not good at all. Spend an extra $1, kids. You know. Yeah. Don't use the free condoms. We used to give out free condoms at the radio station in college when I worked there. They had our radio station on it. So I gave Eric one night, and the first pump, he blew right through it.
Yeah.
Like literally, it detached itself from the rubber band around the edge, and he was inside some random chick that he just met. So I'm like, good luck for her.
Well, good to know.
But yeah, man. Yeah, so condoms, it's fucking wear them on your head. You ever put one on your head?
No, and I've seen someone do that. And blow
I
it
tried.
up
I got close. Yeah, what you got to do is you got to put it over your head. And you got to put a straw up there, and you got to blow through the straw like a snorkel.
Damn,
that works, I guess. But
they still make chic.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Double back, allergic to latex, has to use sheepskin.
Oh, that sucks.
So he just doesn't use them, I guess, because they're
no,
so expensive.
I would not want to find out the hard way that I'm allergic to latex. That would suck.
I don't know exactly what happens. I didn't ask him.
Thing probably blows up like a tick.
We had a conversation. He says he's allergic to latex, and we left it at that. I don't know I don't know if it gets rashy or if it gets itchy.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to know at all. I'm just glad condom days are over.
Apparently. That's terrifying.
Only sailors use condoms. I probably wouldn't know how to use one today if someone gave me one.
I feel like it's kind of like when you plug in a USB port. Like
Yeah.
I always am like, okay, it goes on this way. Then I realize it's going on wrong, and I flip it around real quick.
Dude,
I never get it right.
Never got it right.
Never. It's like a USB port. Like I'm always like, wait, oh, no, it's that way.
It is.
You know?
And because if you ever roll up a her pleasure the wrong way and you burn your dick, because there's a numbing sensation. If you get the ones that are her pleasure, the outer layer of it has like a numbing sensation.
Yeah.
Or is it the other way around? It was one of the other way. So if you put it on the wrong way, you'll numb your dick.
It sounds kind of cool, like a fun experiment alone.
Then you can't feel your dick.
No.
You can't feel any sensation going there.
Did you ever try to jerk off with your other hand? See if it feels like anything different? I think we've all tried that one, right?
Yeah, I mean.
I can never keep it going, though, with the other hand.
Yeah. It's all about the angle, you know what I mean? It's like, if you've done something so long, if you're a pitcher, you'll learn how to right pitch righty. And then you go in the mound, and you could be a great right-handed pitcher, but you try to pitch lefty, and you suck.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. You look like an old man, by the way. It looks like you're a pocket protector in your fucking
my
jacket.
pocket protector. Yes.
You're sitting there with hanging out like Bill Cosby.
Can I do that?
Oh, man. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the show.
It is hot in here, man.
It is warm. Yeah, shut the AC off for the show's almost over.
My Italian blood is like kicking in right now.
We have muggy day up in Boston up here. 80-degree days. It's been muggy and hot. But we do shut down the AC during the shows because obviously you don't want to have the background noise.
No, we do not.
But we're a little later than usual. If you notice, the light shut off when the time is shut off. So halfway through the show. So that's why we have no light there. If we went dark on you, I hope you can still see everything. But yes, we usually won't go this late. This is just we had to fit this in because of our busy schedule. So next week we'll be at our normal time around 7 o'clock. So if you're watching live, Alex Wallace, I should just talk to him. Next week at 7:15. Count on that. And then if you're listening on demand, I hope you enjoy this show and like us on Facebook, YouTube, subscribe, the Instagram, and all of the above. There's a lot of avenues you can enjoy
track us all down in various ways.
But yeah. And what the hell's the deal with this Red Sox game? It's only the third inning at 10 o'clolock.
Is it the third inning?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Or are they just doing highlights?
No, I think it's long innings, I guess.
No way. I don't know. We'll see. I got us.
It's 10-5.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. It's going to be a long game. I'm not going to stay up to tell you. I'll listen to the fucking recap in the morning.
Yeah.
You plugging anything, sir?
The usual. You know, you can check out whirlwindreports.com or the Whirlwind Potato on YouTube.
The Whirlwind Potato was my nickname in high school. Don't tell anyone. You don't want a newcomer coming and stealing the show. You got to take it to the limit. And you can, if you're watching this, you're on the Packy anyways. If you're watching online, if you're not, go to thepacky.com and you just do us a favor, like everything and
like stuff.
Oh,
and Winona, New York, is where the Soccer Hall of Fame is.
Really?
For the two people in the United States that care about soccer.
Oh, put that on my list for next time I'm driving through mid-state New York. Mid-state New York. It's like mid-state. It's near Cooperstown. I want it.
Oh my God! Wait a second. Arty, look, this is the Soccer Hall of Fame.
I want it.
Hold on, let me show you a picture.
Get out of here! Someone's fucking house. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
The Soccer Hall of Fame is a duplex in fucking Onetta, fucking New York, which is near the Finger Lakes. So I can never confirm or deny this. So if you're in that area, enjoy Soccer Hall of Fame. And until next week. Enjoy us, like us, comment, all that stuff. And we'll see you then. So, toodaloo, motherfuckers. Bye-bye. There's no way. I gotta see this. I gotta find it. Is it the original?
original place?
I don't know. I'm looking. Okay. Former National Hall of Fame Museum in Winona, New York. So giant ball. Why does it say former? Do they fold? I know. Like, there's no. Okay, they're building a new one in Frisco.